And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Give Mike a Mic, Episode 2. I am your host, Michael, and I am proud to be here with some of my good friends. Some of my wonderful friends. My friends. Every week, we're here talking about everything nerdy, dirty, and 30. I have no idea what any of that meant, but I'm going to go with that anyways. Nerdy, dirty. But tonight we're going to be talking about our favorite little cinematic universe called Marvel Cinematic Universe in anticipation of the biggest movie of 2019.
Yes.
Possibly might be one or two behind Star Wars, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh, snap.
We don't know which one. But I think this will be the box office giant of the year. We're talking about Marvel's Avengers Endgame. Hopefully everybody in this room had got their tickets. But before we go ahead and talk about that, we're going to introduce my guest here today. On my left, I have in his signature Bootios t-shirt.
Bootios.
We have
signature Bootios.
His signature Bootios shirt. We have the one and only Alfonso Harris.
How you doing?
We don't know what he wants to go by. Do you want to go by Alfonso? Do you want to go by Harris? Do you want to go by Kofi Mania? What do you feel like?
Ooh, you know what? That Kofi Mania is really good. But in honor of rest in peace, Big E right now. You can say Big A.
Big A. We are privileged to have the Big A in my studio.
The Big O and the Big E. There should be a Big A.
Yes, every vowel needs to be.
Every vowel.
Every vowel. Do we know Israel in here? Big I. The Big I is no longer in here, but that's okay. We have the Big A here, and that's all that matters. And across from me is my childhood friend. Not childhood.
As a little baby.
I know I was a child. I was a little baby. I was like we were partying back in Pleasure Island when that was a thing.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, man.
When Pleasure Island
when
actually
Pleasure
had,
Island
clubs
had clubs
and all that stuff, yeah.
And I was wearing beanies and 90-degree weather just to cover my big forehead. And Harold was the pretty boy with his... Actually, no, he was the second pretty boy. Number one was your brother.
Oh, really?
Man,
I don't remember that.
That dude,
this was such a long time
I would hope you did.
That dude was getting all the punani in Pleasure Island. But anyways, I am proud to have my friend Harold, who also goes by H-Type in some circles. We do not know what do you want your name to be here today? We have Big A.
You can just do it. Yeah, Harold's fine.
Would you like Harold?
To be honest with you.
And the purple crayon?
Something? No.
Okay.
Because everybody says that.
Gotcha.
Say Harold.
I just found that out a couple days ago.
Really?
Harold and the Purple Crayon, yeah.
Have you never seen that movie?
I had never seen that movie. I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah. I thought it was a book, right? Wasn't that a book?
It's a book, and I think they made it into a movie, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it looks like somebody's about to start Googling
Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Yeah. There's...
of course, we want to thank Algorithm Media Studios. Founder is on the couch next to me. Sam Wise? Is that how you want to be? Or the Big S? The Big W?
Thank you.
So Sam, thank you for having us here.
Yes,
of course, every week. We appreciate it. Well,
what's going to go on today? What's on the agenda today?
The agenda we are going to be going through. I know it's not March anymore, but I made a bracket. I did this last year as well with Locura Radio Show. We did a bracket as well. That was a mix of DC and Marvel movies all together in anticipation of Infinity War when that came out last year. But I want to do something different because this is the last film of Marvel Phase 3.
Right.
Up to this point, there have been 21 Marvel movies. All 21 Marvel movies are represented in the chart that I have sent to all of you here in this room, including there's a bracket. So I'm going to go ahead and post that graphic as well on this video. So make sure that you play along with us to see who wins and who does not win, who does not make it. Basically, it's our Marvel Madness tournament. And I am proud to have two of my honored guests here to share this with me. Sam will come in during the Final Four and probably throw a wrench in everything because that's what Sam likes to do.
Of course.
And we are 3 right now, so we'll get past these rounds with no problem at all.
No problem.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't count is there's a lot of movies, and I completely
There are 21 movies here.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna go through this, and I'm gonna be taking score of what goes on.
It's gonna be painful though.
It's going to be very painful for half of these people.
It's gonna be painful.
Might be maybe not painful for everybody.
Should we have Sam snap the losers away?
Sam, will you snap, please? Thank you.
Okay, that'll work.
All right. So I basically how these were ranked were from 1 to 21, with the number 1 seed going to the highest grossing Marvel Cinematic Universe movie to date. Okay, so number 1, of course, to date would be Black Panther.
Oh wow,
that was the top grossing movie
Wakanda forever.
of MCU,
really?
with $700 million in total gross
That's a lot
gross
of
money.
bread.
And last on that list, number 21, low seed goes to the Incredible Hulk,
Oh, that's
which
not surprising.
ended at $134.8 million on there.
Not
So
surprising.
not close at all to Black Panther. So in between, we have plenty of movies to go through. So we're going to start off our first matchup here. Will be the Incredible Hulk, our low seed. It will be taking on the number 12 seed in the middle, Thor Ragnarok. So this is our first matchup, the Incredible Hulk versus Thor Ragnarok. Harold,
yes.
I would like your opinion first here. Who do you have going into the next round? What did you like about Incredible Hulk? And what are some of the cons that you felt?
Ragnarok. Well,
And Ragnarok, yeah.
to be honest with you,
Yes.
Ragnarok for me is going to be the pick in this bracket.
That will be your pick.
Yeah,
So we
I'm
have
going to go with Ragnarok.
one for Ragnarok. And why is that?
Because the movie, I mean, I think this time around with Thor, the movie was a lot funnier. It was just the pacing, I think, was even better. I to be honest with you, I never really liked the second one, but the third one was really, really good.
Yes. And we'll go to the second one very soon as well. Yeah.
The Hulk movie, it's so... I don't think it was so good because I don't even remember it, to be honest with you. So
That started.
I don't remember even know how it started.
There was
or I don't
Edward
remember.
Norton in
Ford
there.
Norton.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
He was in
Okay,
Brazil
yeah.
at
Yes,
some
I remember
point.
now.
and
Now I remember. Now you're
working
jogging
at a
my memory.
bottle factory, and then his blood gets in
and the
there.
blood gets
and
in
yeah.
the
Thor Stanley.
thing, and yada, yada.
And
It
then
was okay.
It goes downhill
okay.
from there.
It was okay. Now that I think about it, it was okay, but it definitely doesn't beat Thor Ragnarok.
I feel like it started off strong and then it just kind of fell off.
then it
a little
kinda-
bit.
I will say the CG was way better than the one before it.
Oh, I hated that one.
yeah, that one was
The
The
really
Eric
garbage.
Bana one? No, I could not.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Could not stand that one. All right, so,
So-
we have a Thor Ragnarok. Harold.
for me.
How about you, Alfonso?
Yeah, as soon as I saw this, hands down, I'm sorry, Hulk. I mean, for what it was,
Yeah.
when it was, because when you think about that soggy bowl of cereal they call the other Hulk,
Yes.
that's why
The
I call
other
it
Hulk,
the
yeah.
other Hulk. This was much appreciated. It's like, okay, great. You got a good battle between Abomination. You got great stars. Edward Norton did a great job. But when you put it next to Thor Ragnarok,
Yeah, there's no.
mother of God,
Yeah, there's
you
just-
have,
you
and I
can't
mean,
compare.
the funny thing is, everyone, I won't say everyone, a lot of people online, the only negative thing they could really say is the fact, oh, it's a comedy. They don't want their superhero movies to be comedy.
Comedic.
Okay, you know, get a life. You know,
Yeah, I think it just made Thor a little bit more personable. You know what I mean? Like a little bit,
Yeah.
because he was not this, like, he's goofy kind of in that movie.
Well,
you know
you
what I mean?
needed that,
Yeah.
especially when you have Jeff Goldblum. I mean, Jeff Goldblum in himself, even when he's trying to be serious, it comes off funny. It's great. And for him to be, I mean, he's not technically the big bad,
No.
but for him to be kind of like a protagonist, antagonist, little mix there, he was only for himself. When I say protagonist, he wanted
Yeah.
to do things for himself. But it being an 80s baby, it felt great. The colors, the music.
Oh, yeah,
True,
for sure.
It felt
true,
very
yeah.
nostalgic. It felt like I was watching like Flash Gordon or something, and it blows Hulk out of the water. I don't know how
Yeah,
far it's
there's-
going to get down the bracket, but it murders Hulk.
We shall see how far it gets, but as of right now, Thor Ragnarok is moving on.
Moving
I
on.
don't even need to
So
put
I'm
my
gonna go
opinion
ahead.
here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
So Thor Ragnarok, of course, moves on in that bracket. Honorable mention to the Incredible Hulk. We will miss you. You were the only Universal.
Do better.
do better.
Do better.
You were the only Universal Studios produced Marvel movie as well. So that's a little tidbit, but
R.I.P.
also the lowest producing one out of all of them. We love you,
Question,
Hulk, but not your movie.
I think aren't they planning on making another Hulk movie
I
or
have
something
no
like that?
idea.
Thought I heard something.
There's
like
been
that.
talks.
There's been
but
talk. I don't know how good it'll be.
Yeah.
I mean, with the new CG and the new look, I think it'll look a lot better, and I'm I'm assuming that the story will be, just
Will be
as
about
good.
the same, yeah.
I think they're just mumbling to kind of do a nudge at Universal, because that's the main reason why they kind of put World War Hulk's theme into Ragnarok,
Right.
because they can't really make a World War Hulk movie. So I think they just say, hey, Rumble Rumble, we might make a Hulk movie. Hey,
Rumble,
Universal, are you listening? So it would be great.
All right, well, Rumble Rumble. Here's our next matchup in the jungle. We have number 20 seed, Captain America, the First Avenger.
Ooh, my T-shirt.
Yes, you are rocking that. Not the bootios, but it's Captain
It's
America's
the Captain
shield, so we love
More
it.
patriotic.
Captain America First Avenger comes into number 20 against it's surprising, our number 13 seed is Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 with antagonist Mr. Mickey Rourke as Whiplash.
Yes.
Was that?
Yeah,
Was that his? Yeah,
Is that-
Whiplash.
okay, yes.
Whatever he goes
I do
by,
for you,
and
that
also
kinda guy.
I want my
Warhammer.
bird.
I want my beard.
What?
This is not my bird.
He's not my bird. Where's my bird? Who else do we have? Warhammer was introduced with a new black man in the mix. Don Cheadle replaced
yes.
Terrence Howard
Yeah.
in a very controversial move, which we can get to some behind the scenes stuff about that. But who do we have? Well, let's say Al. Let's take this one real quick here. Iron Man 2 versus Captain America, the First Avenger.
Yeah, it wasn't as painful, but I'm going to have to go with Iron Man 2 on this one.
You're going to go with Iron Man 2.
I'm sorry, Captain America. I mean, you're good. It introduced, you kind of finished the whole thing going into Avengers. We see Nick Fury. Come on, we need you, Cap. But, just for the fact we're quoting Mickey Rourke just randomly.
Yeah, it was more memorable, I think.
It's more memorable. Whiplash in itself, you wouldn't think, because with everyone wanting the Mandarin and not getting the Mandarin until Iron Man 3.
3, yes.
Whiplash was a very bold choice because not many people know about Whiplash.
I don't know many Iron Man villains, to be honest.
There's not too many big ones.
I don't know a lot of them.
He's more of like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go in and blow some stuff up, forget about
And
this
team
guy
up with
that
some
guy.
other people, yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it had memorable characters. Sam Rockwell, he cracked me up just being
I like Sam
Justin
Rockwell.
Hammer.
Yeah, he's really good.
Kind of introduced another adversary in a way. Just the fact that, yeah, it was a bold move, especially how they introduced Don Cheadle, where he comes into the courtroom. He's like, yeah, it's me. Like, he's like, oh, Rhodey, it's you? Oh, yeah, it's me. Like,
Yeah.
I might look different,
Yeah, this
but
is
it's me.
the real me.
But the plot in itself, for what it did and how it introduced Whiplash, it opened up a lot of doors for me with the Iron Man character.
Okay.
More than Captain America did, personally. It's like, we already know your story, buddy. We're just waiting for you to wake up.
I don't know. I feel like so.
Harold, who do you have? Yeah, man.
I think I'm gonna go with Iron Man as well.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going Iron Man as well. And the thing is, I like Captain America. I think that's one of my favorite, superheroes. But hence the T-shirt.
Yeah.
But I think that movie started like really strong, and then it kind of got a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. At the very end, for me specifically, I don't know. I liked it, but it doesn't. I think that Iron Man 2, especially like you said with Whiplash, and I think Mickey Rourke did a really good job.
Oh, yeah.
As the bad guy. I think it was good. I think it was well done.
Well, my opinion doesn't matter apparently, but I actually had Captain America in this one.
Oh.
Really?
After a few viewings, yes, because I remember I saw this movie in the theater
Okay.
when it first came out, and I did not like it. Did
Right.
not care for it. Captain America. After a few viewings,
How many viewings?
about 4.
Oh, okay.
Does that tell you something though?
Well, Iron Man 2, I still haven't been able. Like, I enjoy Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
I don't think it contributes much to the MCU as a whole. It was one of those that I think also you had Mickey Rourke, who did well. You had Justin Hammer as well, though, and I didn't know who was the real bad guy in it. Like it was a little much, I think, for it.
Guy.
You know what I'm saying? And I think with Captain America, you had that established with that, even though it's an origin movie and maybe not necessarily the best origin movie that Marvel has done. I think that it still had, as far as the opening with getting your Steve Rogers, and the middle was kind of wonky, like you said.
Yeah.
But the Red Skull, to me, was still a great villain, I think, in that movie. Then towards the end, of course, you have the battle with the Tesseract, and then it kind of flashed forward to where he wakes up in this new world, and it's still a Captain America, but in a new Times Square, and they lie to him, and Shield comes, and then it sets up for the Avengers, the first Avengers movie, and I think that tied it, together pretty well. But I do see where you guys are coming from with Iron Man 2. I definitely do. But I went with Captain America.
I respect it. It
That's
shows
just
your
me.
conviction. That means
It was
that you
I was
were
convicted.
able to stomach the CGI head for long enough to
Correct.
appreciate the movie.
I mean, if I could stomach the CGI head of Bruce Banner in Infinity War, then I can stomach anything. Because that was a terrible... and we'll get to that later.
You know what I
Oh,
think? Not to labor the issue,
Go ahead.
but you know what I think as well is that with the Iron Man stuff, I think that movie was a little bit it was further along, so I think wasn't the Captain America movie that specific one the first Marvel movie?
No, that was,
Iron Man was.
Iron Man
Yeah,
first,
Iron
and
Man
then
was.
when did this one come in? Was that one like the? Because I feel like
that
this
was
one was
like-
earlier on, and so maybe they might have not found their footing
It's,
yet or something.
no, but it wasn't early on into
was the
that.
last
it was the
movie.
last in Phase 1
Yeah.
before
Oh,
Avengers.
really?
So it was number 5
Oh, okay. Well,
for them. Yeah, it
scrap
came
all
out in
that.
2011.
I
But
don't know.
yeah, it was interesting. I think it came out. Well, you had Iron Man in the first phase. You had Iron Man,
Then
the Incredible Hulk,
Thor.
Thor. So that was 3. 4 was Iron Man 2. I think was in
and
Phase
then the
1.
next
Was it really?
Thor
Wow.
Yeah,
was-
and then
yeah.
Captain America.
I don't know why I don't know why Iron Man to me feels more polished than the Captain America one for some reason. That movie, I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe I just
Yeah, Iron Man 2 came out right before Captain America.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So
Yeah.
that's interesting that they matched up here.
Hmm.
All right, well, our next, this will be interesting, will be, where are you? There you are. This may or may not be interesting. It
Okay.
may not be no contest. But we have number 19, AntMan. Of course, made $180. I'm sorry, not $180. $180 million
Only a couple
in
people
the box office.
5 people saw that
Only
movie.
one theater.
Only one family of Mexicans went to the movies
You
in
are
their
our
car.
revenue. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mexicanos. Ant-Man, number 19, against Captain America, and this is the Winter Soldier. So this would be number 14. Winter Soldier came in with $259 million.
I chuckle in anticipation.
We all know how Captain America fared last year in our bracket. We're going to see how far it gets into ours. Harold, who do you have in Captain America Winter Soldier versus the Ant-Man?
I'm gonna be honest. I was never a fan of the Ant-Man stuff. I don't know what it is. I like Paul
Comics
Rudd.
or...
No, just like the movies.
Oh,
to
when
be
it came
honest.
out, okay.
I like Paul Rudd. I think he's awesome. He's really funny, and I think it was a good choice for him, like for them
Mhm.
to pick him. But as far as action movies go, I don't know. He's not that action guy, you would say.
Yeah.
So for me, I really do like Captain America. Just in the last bracket, he just didn't want to win. But
Okay.
in this one, I will go with Captain America.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
All right. We got one for Winter Soldier. Here we go. Al.
Yeah.
Big A.
I mean,
Big A.
I'm gonna have to go with Ant-Man. No, just kidding.
That'll be
yeah.
interesting.
Captain America. I mean,
Winter Soldier.
much love. Like Harold was saying. I mean, Paul Rudd. I didn't see it at first, but I like it because everything we're used to in the comics, you would think, okay, they're gonna go with more of a serious guy.
Yeah.
But Paul Rudd did a great job.
Love Paul
For
Rudd.
what it's worth, he made Iron Man look good, but you can't stand up against the Winter Soldier. And I mean, honestly, I felt the same about Sebastian Stan after the first Avenger. But when he grew that hair out, man.
Oh, he's a sexy man.
He is Bucky.
He is a sexy poppy.
He's
Bucky.
hot.
Good old Bucky.
Bucky did his thing. It was a great plot. It was turmoil. It opened up more of the Marvel world, especially with the helicarrier and how it involves, and it was seeking out all the other.
Oh, yeah.
It opened up just that scene alone.
I think that the Shield spin that happened,
Yeah.
where Shield was now the bad guy, that opened up a whole nother can of worms,
Everything
and that
was beautiful.
leaked over to future movies as well as the television series
Exactly.
Agents of Shield.
Agents of Shield took that on.
It was great. I
was-
liked how they approached that.
Not gonna
That
lie.
movie did all of that, and just the scene alone in the elevator with Steve Rogers standing there and
Oh,
it's an
yeah,
elevator
With the
full of
guys.
people.
That was dope.
I mean,
that was
come
dope.
on.
I mean,
Winter
as
Soldier.
that's what I'm saying. As far as like an action movie, I think just Captain America lends itself to that action.
It was so
if
different.
that's what you're trying to go see, you're gonna get that with a Captain America movie.
But you didn't feel that way with the first one though. Like I didn't feel that way with it.
No, because
at least.
I think he was, he just didn't. I don't know. He wasn't as badass as he was in the later on ones. I don't know. In my opinion, I guess. Like you say, that one scene where he's in the elevator. That's the scene right there.
That was
it was pretty
arrogant.
dope.
And it's like, that's not Captain America. Captain America is more like, for justice.
Yeah.
But for him to stand there and do that, it was beautiful. Like, everyone was sweating and he was sitting there. And he's like, so we're going to begin or what?
He's like,
Yeah.
This is the last chance to get out, basically.
Yeah.
But that was great. Yeah, that was the first movie that was directed by the Russo brothers, of course, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, of course. And that brought about much change to future movies as well. I think with new blood between him and Mr. James Gunn, Marvel Cinematic Universe found its new legs.
Welcome back,
And
James Gunn.
We love you all.
We missed you, James.
James Gunn.
That
That's
was
a big
almost
one.
a big mistake by Disney.
Almost.
a huge mistake.
Almost.
I'm glad they rectified them.
I am very interested to see what you guys think about this next matchup here. I have number 18. Of course, in case you're keeping count, Captain America Winter Soldier did win that one.
Oh, yeah.
Our next bracket here, we have number 18, Thor, the original Thor, Phase 1 Thor, with terrible eyebrows Thor. We have him going against
Another.
Mr. Doctor Strange.
I like that, Mr. Doctor.
Mr. Doctor. Mr. Doctor Strange, who is in number 15. So these were very close as far as box office production is concerned. Thor came in with 181, and Doctor Strange was 232 on that. So Thor is also produced by Paramount, who did the first Iron Man. So that was before Marvel Studios really took over on that. And then Doctor Strange, of course, very recent on that. But this is very interesting because I feel...
I'm torn on this one.
I'm
for
kind of
some
torn on
reason,
this
I'm
one.
very torn on this one.
It hurts.
I like Doctor Strange a lot. I think it was... I saw that with you.
Was it in
correctly.
IMAX? Or
No,
Cinemark?
actually, it was with another friend.
It was another. Yeah, it wasn't me, bro.
It wasn't you. It was another Puerto Rican. Actually.
Another Puerto Rican, you know. Yep.
It was another Puerto Rican. I'm sorry.
It better not be Omar. It better not
Doctor
be Omar.
Strange, man. I think it was a really good movie. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
The effects and the whole thing, the way. I mean, I like that movie a lot. Thor, though, when the first Thor came out, I don't know why, but I like that one as well. I like the whole, I guess, beginning of Thor and how he came about and he, came to Earth and things like that. But for me, I don't know. I think Doctor Strange is the pick for me on this one. I like Thor a lot, specifically this one, but Doctor Strange, I think, edges it out in my personal opinion.
All right. Al.
I like Harold.
All right.
I got to go with Harold as well. I mean,
don't like him too much, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to try not to. I mean, he keeps going with my picks. So
He's a very sexy man.
We're
with
kinda,
Captain Shield.
I think great minds think alike.
I think we're bonding here. Did we just become best friends?
Did we just?
Yup.
We might as well just go ahead and build some bunk beds right now, make some space. But seriously, Thor. I mean, there's so many good things, and I thought about this. That's why I said I'm not going to write it out and be judged. Thor, it had great moments. I mean, anything with Clark Gregg, I'm going to love it because I love Clark Gregg.
Yeah.
I'm just going to simply say
Clark Gregg is Agent Coulson.
Agent Coulson.
Yes.
Anytime Agent Coulson pops in, I'm like, all right, great movie.
Yep.
We get our first glimpse of Clint Barton, a.k.a. Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yes.
That was also a nice little Easter egg
And
there.
Thor, yep.
I mean, there are moments, and they stay true to the comics, He's basically trying to earn his wings, per se. But Doctor Strange, I knew from the jump, good old Benedict
Cumberbatch.
Yeah, he was. I mean, just watching him in Sherlock, I was excited to hear about him being Doctor Strange. And then when they finally brought him to the big screen,
Yeah.
all of it was just magical. Like, not to play on words there, but it literally was magical. He had a great relationship with almost everyone on screen, including the quote unquote bad guy who wasn't the bad guy yet. What's his name? The other. Now I drew a blank. The one who trained him. What's his name?
For Thor, you're saying?
No. From Doctor Strange. And I'm gonna kill myself because
the black dude.
it starts with a B, I think. No, is Baron something?
Baron something, yeah.
I can't remember, but just the way they introduced him and that turn where you can slowly see him turning bad, where he wants to do good, I liked that. That's just me personally, because he's slowly questioning after he finds out about the Ancient One. He's slowly questioning his motive. Now that's going to set up for something amazing in the Doctor Strange world.
That is Baron Mordo.
Baron Mordo. There we go.
Mordo, yeah.
So even though technically Dormammu was oh my God,
I've come to bargain.
Exactly. Come on, everyone.
That was such a
everyone said I've come to bargain for like months after that movie came out.
That movie was trippy as hell too.
No, it was very trippy.
That part when he was going through whatever he was going through to train, I was like, am I high? What's going on?
That was a little nuts. That was a little nuts.
It's definitely a movie to watch on 420. Kids don't do drugs. But
kids do drugs. I love it.
It's my winner. Sorry, Thor. Sorry, Clark.
All right, so there we go. Doctor Strange moves on. So those were the. We have one more opening bracket here before we go into the next stage. So our next. Here we go. Oh, number 17, Thor: The Dark World. Number 2.
I'm gonna go ahead and let somebody
Thor.
take this one because
so this is interesting.
This
we
one's
have
interesting, very interesting, but
the number 16 and 17. So 17 is Thor: The Dark World. I'm sorry, and 16 Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was right in between Infinity War and Captain Marvel. This was our post Infinity War film that did okay in the box office. Not so much. But we have these two films, and this is very interesting because I think, for me personally, they were two underwhelming sequels.
To say the least.
Agreed.
So this could go to anybody. Al, big A.
Oh, God. Underwhelming 100%, but if I'm going to let one squeak by, and
Squeaker.
I'm probably going to have an unpopular vote here, I'm going to go with Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I can't get away from the picks.
Only
I can't get away from them.
I mean, I love, and this is going to hurt me only because I love Doctor Who and Christopher Eccleston. I mean,
oh yes, of course.
I'm always going to see him as the Doctor.
He was my first Doctor.
And a lot of people's first Doctor. That's why I say no disrespect. But I mean,
but he was also in G.I. Joe. So
he was
disrespect
Destro,
totally to you. Yes.
Yeah, he was in G.I. Joe.
Freaking idiot, freaking moron.
He was. I forgot. Once his skull turned silver, it just went out.
Oh, stupid, man! So stupid.
But I mean, Ant-Man to me had a better villain, and it also had a more relatable story to the villain. Plus, we introduced more of Hank Pym's relationship, just simply as, like I was saying with the earlier Ant-Man movie, how Hank Pym is in the comics.
Yes.
He's an ass in a way. So you bring in Goliath, which was like under the radar except for the fans.
Low key.
You're like, wait, that's freaking Goliath. They get into a pissing match talking about who can get bigger between Paul Rudd and him. It was great.
That was pretty funny.
But the characters, Evangeline Lilly, you got Michelle Pfeiffer coming in.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, see, it's like a lot of these characters, a lot of these actors and actresses, they make the characters better. I love Tom Hiddleston. He's Loki forever, for always. I don't care what happens. But everything else was just meh. That's the best word I can put. It was meh.
Yeah, the story itself.
Just okay. Yeah. Frigga died. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Harold.
For me, Thor was just, that second Thor was such a disappointment. I just didn't really care for the movie at all. I remember watching that movie halfway through. I was just like I could watch it or I could not. Like it's okay if I miss this one. I don't know what it is. They went with a different mood on that one, right? It was a little bit more like somber, a little bit more dark. Of course, it was dark because of the
Dark World.
Of the
Dark World, of course. Is that a phone on right now?
Uh-oh.
Is that a phone on? Is that a ringtone?
I can't turn off.
What kind of professional shit is
40
that?
lashes.
40.
But anyway,
shame.
Sorry about that.
Shame.
All right, continue, Harold.
So yeah, the Dark World one, I did not enjoy. I don't know what it was. I think it was. I just didn't like the whole thing. That's why I think the Ragnarok really, when it came out, it was just like such a turn, such a different feel on the movie that I was like, okay, this is where it should have been always. So for me, Ant-Man and the Wasp, that one goes forward. I think that
barely?
was between both of them, I would say the Ant-Man and Wasp movie is a lot. There's just more fun in that movie.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah, it's just I just like that one better, even though both of them are not like great. I think that Ant-Man and the Wasp
They were not great.
definitely go forward.
But I felt bad for Ant-Man and the Wasp because you come out like right after we just got the snap. And it's like, don't forget, Ant-Man and Wasp was coming out, and then you're like still reliving that moment from Infinity War. And for Ant-Man to come out after that and be so lackluster, I don't know if it's because of Infinity War or because of just how they made the movie. But it's like, I think back to Infinity War and I'm like, this was just crap. And you sit there, and everyone who watched it in the theater, they were waiting for that end scene, and that's sad that the ending moment was the best part of the whole movie.
That's what everybody waited for the snap.
That's so sad.
And to be honest, when I'm rewatching, because I'm rewatching some of the movies, just a mini marathon. I'm only doing 11 movies. As I sent it to you, Harold. It shows you what to watch
In
what order, as recommended by the Russo brothers. So it's their picks on what to watch before Endgame.
Oh, really?
So they actually, of course, say, because chronologically,
that's what I was going to say.
Ant-Man and Wasp happened before Infinity War, to watch that before Infinity War.
Yeah.
Which, now I'm watching it, I'm like, that would have been an interesting way to release those movies, because at the end of Ant-Man and Wasp, you get an end scene. And it's just, if they did not come out with Infinity War before that end scene hit,
I see where
everybody would have been like, what the hell just happened?
That makes
Why
sense.
are they ash and dust? And it would make you think. And then, like, okay, Infinity War is coming out. What's going to happen? So I think Marvel kind of, if I could say anything now, watching this marathon in that order, watching Ant-Man and the Wasp before Infinity War, it would have been a very different reaction, I think, to that movie as well. And then to Infinity War, you have that anticipation of what happens next. Instead, you had an anticipation for Captain Marvel, which is, definitely warranted for the way that Infinity War ended. But I think if you would have switched it around and had that ending of Infinity War where the pager has a Captain Marvel symbol on it, and then you go into Captain Marvel, I think that would have been
more of an incline instead
correct,
of a down.
instead of a down.
Decline,
instead of you got Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's kind of set up for failure in that way. At least I feel that way.
Algorithm.